Welcome to my messy life. Take my hand and dive right on in with me. It's gonna be alright. Messy imperfect life with Leigh.
It's not my first rodeo.
What does that mean?
Because I've
You
done
dirty little girl.
Because I've done lots of shows.
So today I have on the very tan, very beautiful, very muscular. Your legs are unfreaking believable.
You like those? Thank you.
Lauren Powers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay. The crowd goes wild.
But just when I looked up how old you are.
You did?
No, actually somebody I was talking to on the phone when I said I was interviewing you on the way to the dentist today, looked up and said, oh my gosh, she's almost 60.
Not quite. Don't push it now.
So you're going to be 59 in
No, I'm
December?
only 57.
Oh, shit. He told me you were going to turn.
He's wrong.
He's wrong.
Wrong.
Out.
Fired.
Bye gracefully, love.
No, I'm 57, but very proud of it. You know what I mean? So I call myself fit fabulous at 50 plus.
Oh, wait. Do those little motions again. I like that.
Fit fabulous at 50 plus.
Just a lot of kind of gyrating in her chair.
That's
if you can't watch the video.
What goes with my whole movement that is, I'm the founder of the Fierce Formula, which is being fit, fabulous, fast at 40, 50 plus, but it's not free. We will talk about that a little deeper.
Oh, will we?
Yes, we will.
Well, before you told me that my friend had fun facts wrong, your legs are off the hook.
Thank you.
Now, besides, you want to just stand up and let people look at
I
them?
can do that.
Look at those!
Yeah, baby.
Oh, save that because I'm going to make you take your shirt off later.
Are you?
Yeah.
What kind of show is this?
Who cares? It's a Fulfill Leigh's fantasy show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know, right? I wouldn't be
After
surprised
meeting
either.
you, I'm here.
Okay, I want to read
fulfill
this.
fantasies.
I want to read it. Mhm. I want to read this first so I can set it down because there was too much to try and remember.
I
with
want you
my
to memorize
exciting
that
brain. Lauren Powers is a 10-time heavyweight bodybuilding champion, author, entrepreneur, actor, model, and founder of the Lauren Powers Classic and now Powers Fitness events, which represents Team USA, a respected fitness competition in Southern California that rewards the merit. Lauren is a teacher, mentor, and advocate for individual achievement and excellence. Lauren is a recent award-winning international speaker in cinema and media from the Women of Excellence. How in the hell are you that with the Women of Excellence? What do I do to get my ass on that list?
You have to have connections.
Well, connect me, damn it.
Yeah, the big annual summit is in Cairo, Egypt this year.
Oh my
for
gracious.
2020. It's a big deal. We'll talk about that.
Can we talk about all that kind of stuff? Because I feel like I'm in my little guest house here.
Your own little world back here?
Yeah, and I'm trying to do my podcast and trying to do my... But I don't know outside what's happening. I need you to fill me in, sister.
I am out in the world, girlfriend.
Girl!
Like no other. I'm
Now-
always on the go.
We mentioned your book. Would you just hold it up?
Absolutely. The book is Beneath the Muscle, Unleash Your Inner Champion. And it's basically my stories and through my life experiences and the journey of overcoming like discrimination, being bullied, judgment.
Why'd you point to me during judgment?
Because I know you're judgy.
I'm not judgy.
No, I'm just saying. So it's like, it's a motivational, inspirational book. It's not just about me. It's about how you can relate to it and then attach it to your own life and overcome certain things within yourself. And every chapter has a workbook.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm very proud of. So whatever, for example, don't judge a book by its cover is one of the titles. And so you go to the end and you go to my workbook online. It's a free download, beneaththemuscle.com/workbook. And then there'll be questions that you can answer
For
yourself and work on that and take a look at it. So you can dive deep on every single chapter at your own level, at your own pace, and overcome certain things and be fabulous and fit and
all right, so
all those
take a
things
breath.
like me.
So, oh my gosh.
Just for starters.
Wait. We both have like crazy witch cackles.
You like that?
So, you know what I love about telling your story and me telling my story, everyone who shares their story is that there are 50,000, 100,000. I'm joking. I can't think of a number right now. So just weird things are coming out of my mouth, but there's a shitload of people who can see themselves in your story not in the exact same way, but they felt the same way in their own story.
Exactly.
And that's when you go, well, I'm not a muscle person. I'm not this or that. But you're a person who has experienced struggle like I have and like you have. And when you share about it, then you can start healing your own stuff when you go to her workbook.
That's correct. And that's the whole purpose about it. It's just to inspire people within. And the subtitle is Unleash Your Inner Champion. So I speak that we're all champions. Not necessarily, and I know the audiences, they don't want to be bodybuilders or champions, let alone 10
I want to be a freaking champion, not a bodybuilder champion.
But you're in your own right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even the women that are on in my Fierce formula, their goals are not to be bodybuilders, but it's to be a better version of themselves. So all my coaching and all my things that I've been through in my life is to get people to the other side to become a better version of themselves, whatever that may be, a better version of you, a better version of me, better version
I don't think
watching.
You could make a better version of me, Lauren.
You're so humble. This is why we get along.
But wait.
Are we fabulous?
Are we supposed to love ourselves?
Absolutely. And talk about that.
I
Leigh.
love that. Okay, put your book down now.
Self-care is one of my biggest topics.
It
really is.
What does self-care mean to you?
Well, it's not being selfish. It's being smart. And that's taking care of yourself from the inside out. So people look at me and yes, the outer appearance is what it is. And that's why I face a lot of judgment. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But it's about the inside and working on the inside of who you are, being strong, heal yourself from diversities or anything that you need to overcome, and present that and have open heart and open mind like you do.
Yeah.
And live your life for you, but take care of yourself.
Well, I think that is the most important
one.
Thing we can do when we're here is to work from this space.
Correct. Absolutely.
To heal old hurts, to take care of yourself when you're freaking out, to set up a practice to support yourself in leveling up.
Absolutely.
I do a spiritual practice just with a mantra, reading something, saying a prayer, and then I exercise, and then I do a little meditation. Not a long one, just enough for me to get reconnected to this.
Centered and grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important, but so many people miss that because we're such in a hurry. Everything's now, instant. We want instant gratification, Instagram. I mean, everything is now. We got to slow down sometimes, take a breath. And not
taking a breath is the best way to slow down.
Yeah, you want to do one?
To get in the moment. I like to do 3. Okay. Let's do in through our nose, hold for 2, and out through our mouth.
Let's do it.
Let's close our eyes too. Okay. In through our nose, hold for 2, and out through our mouth. In through our nose, hold for 2, and out through our mouth. One more, in through our nose. Hold for 2 and out through our mouth. Gosh, you know why I love that we just did that? Because usually before anyone gets here, I take some breaths and I take my 3 breaths that we just took. I did not take them before the show, but my first breath is to get in my body. My second breath is to kind of clear things out, to be open. And my third breath is saying, God, connect with me and
speak through me.
Yeah. Right? Like let things flow exactly how they're supposed to, not from here, but from here.
Exactly.
And so I didn't do that before. Well, I just got to yapping. And then you brought me back to what is the thing I need to do to be in my element, not just a yapping head, but connected to my power.
See how we're power, baby.
Hey girl.
That's right. Cheers to that. With our metal straws. I love
our metal straws. It makes noise.
Now, the self-care thing is so many people think it's selfish or self-centered and all these things. Because I'm always like doing acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractor, massage, PRP on my face. I mean, or whatever.
Someone pees on your face?
Yes.
That's hot. That's called a golden shower.
You would think that. No, PRP, that's the plasma spin. It's like the vampire facelift type of thing. You haven't heard of it?
No.
Oh, it's awesome. It's microneedling with PRP.
So they pop little holes.
Well, they take your blood and they spin it, and then we call it liquid gold that comes out. It's just pure plasma. And it's almost like a mini tattoo.
Wow.
It's this little machine, and then they just put it's like a serum on your face, but it's your own to produce collagen.
Wow.
That's why I look so fabulous. You had me at almost 60.
But have you had... I didn't. That person I used to talk to.
That's right. They're fired.
He's out.
They're off with their head.
But so you have not had a facelift?
I had a neck pull.
Because I will be getting all of that when it comes time.
Absolutely. And that's another thing. It's like people judge that as well. But to me, if you should be able to look anything any way you want and do anything
it's your
that's
experience
available
on the planet.
That's right. And so if
No
you
one
want to
else's.
look a certain way, then do it. And it's your body, it's your tempo. Like I look this way and my physique is on purpose. People are like, oh, well, I don't want to look like that. Well, don't. And you probably never will. Most people that
No.
not you, but I mean most people that judge me are
too.
like, oh God, I've been on TV a lot for a lot of years. And I get the backlash or, oh yeah, that must look at her. She wants to be a man or she must be a man and all this kind of stuff that I deal with. That's part of my judgment.
Wait, can I talk on that? Just from my biggest fucking faux pas, or do you want to finish something?
Well, I'm just going to say, I mean, let's just clear it up. If I was a man, I would tell you.
I know,
I would be authentic to who I
story.
am. You want to tell your story? You're so funny because you heard that or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, I did. And
but
Lauren,
that's okay because it's people's judgment.
Lauren and I met at an event.
You were speaking.
I was speaking at an event.
On Purpose.
Yeah. And you were at the event. Did you speak to? I can't really remember.
No, I should have been.
Yeah, I know you should have. Girl,
right?
You're speaking right now.
That's right. I should speak at the next one.
So, anyway, I met you, or someone introduced me to you, but they had told me something about you before they introduced me, and I really don't remember who it was. And if I do, I'll make sure to tell you.
Let's throw some names out.
But anyway, they said you have to meet Lauren. She's and I don't even know the right words. I don't even know, transvestite or whatever. Like,
probably
what is it? Transgender. Transgender. And I said, oh, okay. And then I met you and I was like, holy shit, she's so beautiful. Like, she looks so much like a woman, but wow.
With 15-inch biceps, right?
Yeah. I was like, well, you're that, but you still look like a woman to me.
Well, because I am.
Then we keep talking and then we become fast friends. And then we both start being crazy talk because I'm a wild ass and so are you.
Exactly. We can relate.
So we really connect in this fun way. And I am so accepting and loving. And nothing phases me. I don't judge anything. So I just said to you, okay, now I got to ask you a freaking question. I see your sweet tits, but you have on skin tight leopard pants. Where's your junk? And she's like, excuse me?
What junk?
And I said, where is your meat? How did you put it up there? And you go, I'm a woman. I go, I know you are. I just want to know how that part looks so good.
You're so adamant.
And you were like, I'm a woman. And I go,
hello.
What? And then you said, I gave you my book the other day. Didn't you look at it yet? On page 3, it shows me a little girl with pigtails. I was like, no, I haven't looked at your book. And I'm so sorry.
Busted.
Yeah, that was the worst part of it, is that I hadn't read your book.
Got busted.
So, but what was interesting is I would never, ever, 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 ever speak that to anyone unless it was just out there. And that person made it seem like it was out there. So it was open for me to discuss in a beautiful way of admiration. And then all of a sudden I was like, holy shit. And you're like, I have to deal with that kind of stuff all the time.
Exactly. Just because I look a little bit different. I mean, my whole topic and things that I speak about is dare to be different. And that's what I mean by that is be authentic to who you are. And it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, lesbian, or
no matter.
Whatever, transgender, any of this stuff.
And even if you are those things, I call you to be more so than even regular people because you've been repressed for so long and judged for so long. It's enough. Everyone is born to walk their path exactly the way they're walking.
Correct.
To learn their lessons and to deal with and attract the things that they need to learn.
So that's part of the stuff that I talk about as well, just being judged because I look the way I do. As I mentioned earlier, my physique is on purpose. So you take a look at, and I get your attention, but then there's so much to me. I mean, that's why it's unleash your inner champion, because once you get to know me like you did, the layers come out and you see my heart, you see who I am.
I saw that right away.
Most people do. And I don't know, it must be very big.
I saw that right away.
I was born that way. I've always had it. But now I use it, for good to inspire and help other people, just to be true to yourself. And it doesn't matter what you are, what shape, size. I don't judge people if they have red hair or big butts or this or that. I don't care. At the end of the day, I've realized that most people don't really care what you look like, what you're doing.
And if they judge you, judge is fear-based.
Absolutely.
Judgment is fear-based. And usually people who judge are feeling so bad about themselves that they project it onto anyone around them for any reason, just to get it out of their body and to make themselves feel better.
And it's crazy. I know people look at me and they do that all the time. And I get it a lot, again, there's stories. Oh, I wouldn't want to meet you in a dark alley. Or this little girl just yesterday, I was walking over by the Grove, and this little girl's like, oh, wow, look. And then my friend goes, that's a 10-time champion right there. And she's like, oh, wow. She goes, wow, I was afraid you were going to punch me. And she's like 7. And Lisa goes, no. She honey,
She'll just punch you if you lip off.
She's a champ. And then she goes, well, can I say one more thing? She goes, she's also very beautiful.
Oh,
and it was so sweet. I mean, it warmed my heart, but it's like the judgment that comes from the parents, though. You have to realize
it's all from the parents.
It comes from the parents.
And if the kids say something like,
and they're so true.
They're so true. And that's it. Anytime my kid asks something, even if it's like I remember one guy.
You have about 1 million kids?
I have 17. I have 17. I talked about 2 of them, but I have 17.
I believe it.
But I remember once this guy had the colored face, like a pink face or white face or black, half that kind of colored skin thing.
Yeah.
Or that
it's
disorder.
Some disease. Yeah, I can't think of what it's called.
So the person had that, and Eve just walked up and was like, wow, Mom, right in front of the man looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that guy have different colored face? Now, most parents would go, shh, don't talk like that. You're going to hurt me. And I said, let's ask him.
Ask him. Exactly.
Why do you have that 2-color face? And he said, oh, this is a skin condition called, and we got schooled. And it was a beautiful moment where we were all included in it. And there was no whispering or feeling bad. You know what I mean? Like if I would have gone like this,
of course,
sorry, pulled him, then he would have felt like a circus freak.
Correct.
I would have felt embarrassed. She would have felt shamed.
The whole thing
but we're all connected.
Exactly. We look and are who we're supposed to be, like you always keep saying. And that's just it. And just be proud of it. Own it.
And you are in your earth suit. You are in yours. I am in mine.
Yeah,
people who look however they look are meant to look that way.
For a reason.
To
and for a purpose.
Set other people free. To share their stuff and how they overcame. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Of course I do.
These are just temporary earth suits.
Exactly. I like that earth suit.
That's what I call this. Is is who I really am.
I call it an outer shell, but I like earth
temporarily
suit.
Housed in my earth suit.
It's my wardrobe for the day.
And my body is my earth suit, right?
Yes.
So I believe if you have clothes that start to get too big that you love, you take them in. And I'm like, this is temporary and going under the ground. I want to keep looking how I like it to look. For my style.
That makes you happy.
Until I put it in the ground, until I shed it.
Exactly.
Until I go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, that's why I can accept that people like aging gracefully to me is having a lot of wrinkles and being proud of it. Awesome.
If that's what they choose to do.
Yeah. But if there's judgment that I'm not so awesome. You know what I mean? That's the key.
Well, I'm competing against 20 and 30-year-olds, so I have to really do everything I can to look the best. And that makes me feel better. I've been heavy. I've been skinny. I've been, overweight in areas. I've been bigger. I've been more muscular than I am. So I've lived in different bodies depending on different sports. Because I used to ballroom dance. I used to teach yoga. So my body's different depending on what sport. I was a professional skateboarder. I was a surfing instructor.
Okay, bragger.
No, I'm not to brag.
I am, but there's a whole list I already read. How many things can one person do? You're a Renaissance woman.
Yeah, I ride a Harley. I mean, I was a firefighter. I mean, I do all kinds of things.
That's the part I love, the firefighter.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because
I want to talk about it right now.
All right, because I know your thing is about your message and all that.
Well, I think we're already talking about it, but
the judgment thing is one thing. But I want to finish on that is now what I've learned, and I got to spend time with Lady Gaga, and she's the one. I'm not kidding. I had the biggest aha moment with her because she said, "Embrace," because she just took a liking to me when I was working with her on her video. Right, I did some solos with her, and she said, "Embrace like your haters, your naysayers. Embrace them because as many people judge you and hate you." On the balance side of it, and the flip side is as many people are going to love you. And hence her little monsters. And she left, $90 million to the bank that year. So I tend to listen, right? And I'm like, that made total sense to me, Leigh, because it's like that just clicked with me. And the minute I did that, and I used the naysayers and the haters that talk about me or make misjudgments on me, I use that now to fuel me, to propel me to be even more successful.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, bring it on. And now in a lot of my interviews, even like right now, I'm like, bring it on. You don't like the way I look? You know what I mean? Turn the fucking channel.
Yeah, don't
Excuse my language. Don't watch me.
But keep your negativity to yourself and go work on yourself.
But what happened, as I want to share with your audience, is that when I changed my mindset about it and accepted it and brought it, bring it on, because I'm going to use it for positive and better and good and be more successful. I'm telling you, all of that talk and all this nonsense, it literally dissipated.
Oh, I get that.
It really did.
You release the care and the hold on it.
Because now they don't get to me. Most people that judge me don't even know me. They haven't read my book or even spoke to me or have no clue. They just freak out because, as you said earlier, it's fear from about themselves.
Yeah.
So, but that I don't hear it anymore. I don't hear it. I don't know if it's because I don't care or it's just, I don't know. The universe just kind of dissipated that whole
you were
energy.
holding it by holding on to anger or being bothered by it. So you were
I'm
attracting it.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll admit that.
But that holds it in. As
That's
soon as
right.
you accept it and let it go, then it's gone. But I have to say this, that I think there was one more thing I wanted to add to Lady Gaga's comment, that she said, love your haters.
Exactly.
So you know what that means to me is not, I'm going to use their hate to fuel me better. It's, I'm going to first love the place inside of me that triggered, that hurt my feelings, because inside of us is our younger selves who didn't feel adequate or enough, and that gets triggered. Our adult self is kind of a little bit more grown up, but we get like reactive, like a kid
from when we were little,
from our little old hurts.
Absolutely.
So I put love there first, because
I like that.
When I went to University of Santa Monica, they said healing is applying loving to the places that hurt inside. So I go into the hurt and apply loving there, and then I think about the people who are being super shitty or gabbing or gossiping about me. And I think, oh, wow, that's such a low energy level of being.
Correct.
That I have compassion for them.
You have to like pray for them. Or
something. And I literally just send them love.
Yeah, that's all you can do, really.
Yeah. And then I don't just use it as fuel to rise up. I use it as this beautiful blanket to connect us all and to have compassion for their stuff that they're not maybe even aware of. Who am I to judge their stuff? You know, they're just projecting. I can hold my shield up and let it bounce right back.
Correct.
But that kind of, but I do it now even like with homeless people or people under the bridge. You know, when people go, well, what can I do? I'm like, every time I pass one, I just say, God, shower them with loving light. Bless them.
Exactly. That's all we can do, but it helps.
And it's the most powerful thing to do, because you're talking to the greatest energy available to us on the planet, right?
Right.
So I think that's it's such an amazing thing, is how love can be the most powerful weapon tool on the planet.
Well, people come up to me all the time, even like yourself, you misjudged me, and they usually apologize, or they.
I did not misjudge.
But you were told.
I was freaking talking from a fact. I thought another person's out of my life. Got age wrong, you're out. That wrong, you're out.
But you know what I mean? It's, I just lost my train of thought.
You said that I judged you. That's all I freaking heard.
Off with your head. Yeah. Right, wrong. But you were giving misinformation. But no, you use that. But people always apologize to me. And it's really, I think that takes strength to come up to me and say, wow, I misread you, or I misjudged you. You're so sweet, or you're so kind. I've had people crying to me, and that is, it's amazing.
That's
because it's a really connected energy, because I embrace with love like you do. And I don't use it, just to feel me to be better, but I'm just saying, I just like, that was just one way after spending time with Gaga, that she turned that mindset.
It's made a power tool, not a debilitator.
Where exactly. Because if I would listen to what people said from years ago, I would have been crushed.
Oh gosh.
Years, you know what I mean? Instead of rising up, I would have been destroyed.
Yeah. Literally.
So that's what I mean by that, like taking that energy and just turning it around and changing. And it all starts with our mindsets on anything we do. Yeah. I mean, everybody talks about mindset, but because it's so powerful and it's so critical and it's such a tool that we have to tap into to change our mindset, to get what we want and envision what we want and send love. Like you're saying, all these positive things, it could be so powerful. Yeah. Because we have to realize it. You have to be awake. Because the other weekend I was not awake, and something happened and it triggered my deepest childhood. I'm unwanted and unworthy and left out and alone. And it triggered that so deep here. And I wasn't connected or doing any spiritual practice or anything. I was kind of off base and worn out. And I was like debilitated that weekend because I was so caught up in this. I can't believe that they all did that and they left without me. Nobody cared about me. But this was spinning in my head. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, wait, what in the hell am I doing? On day 2, I think it was Saturday and Sunday. I was like, what am I doing? I'm causing myself to go down a dark hole that doesn't exist. Right. It's my little girl so got triggered that she's running the show and she's got me laying in bed. But I was like, wait, I got to move from here to here again. Correct. Hold on. I got to do my work. And that's not always easy. No. I mean, we can verbalize it and talk about it, but people have to realize it does take work and it does take effort, and you have to want it and desire it and really push yourself through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we look at all these people that say, "Oh, how do they do it?" Well, they work at it.
Work their asses off.
Yeah, stuff is not easy.
No.
Looking like this is not easy. Hello, it's not.
Wait, I want to point out that I kind of wore
Yes,
a little workout shirt today, so I
Thank
could kind of
you.
be like muscly like you.
and you got a little glitter on. I like.
Oh, I
it.
squirted glitter on too.
I see it, girl. I
Oh
see
my God,
it.
I put
I
way
got
more
you.
on this side.
You're
I didn't know it was
so
that powerful. I was like,
funny.
oh,
You are
Yeah,
so
so
funny.
anyway.
I love glitter and sparkle.
I know.
You've seen my bike. My Harley's all blinged out. My cars, everything.
Now,
is all-
Harley stuff scares me, motorcycles, because the crazy ass people on their phones, they can't see you.
Well, you have to be really defensive. I mean, I was an engineer in the fire department, so safety is embedded in my brain. 'Cause I used to drive the fire engine, so it's always
You
about the
saw a
other
lot of
person.
motorcycle accidents.
There was this one yesterday, the day before yesterday, right where I go, and I was supposed to be at this bar. It's very famous where I started my fitness events, Cook's Corner in Orange County, and 4 people just got. That's sad. You
On
have
their
to-
motorcycles?
Yeah, all 4 got killed. I know. I was actually in yoga, and it was Sunday. I was in yoga, and I got a text from my neighbor. "Are you okay?" Like, because she knew I ride there, and that was the one day I didn't take my bike out. I was on it the 2 days before that. 4th of July.
But
was
you also
insane.
drive a car, right?
Yeah, I have a couple cars.
So do you? Oh, hey, there she goes again.
Not to
I
brag,
don't have a car.
but they all have eyelashes. That's the most important part.
Hey, what kind of cars do you have?
I have a Cadillac Escalade
Oh shit!
that has my big branded picture on the side and my fitness events, and the people are like, "Wow, look at that!" I mean, it gets a lot of attention.
You have an Escalade covered with your promotional material.
Correct. And
I admire that
Talk about
and am afraid of
brandy.
it at the same time.
because Cadillac doesn't pay me to drive around in their car, so I promoted myself. Right? I'm like the queen of branding. So, and then my other cars.
Maybe that's why you're driving fancy cars and I'm not. It's because I'm not freaking
put your picture on
putting
the
my
outside.
picture on my car.
You should
going,
put your podcast on it.
yes.
I mean, why not? I
Why
have my website on the
not?
Mercedes, a little red 500 SL.
Oh my gosh, I'm
So
going to
cute.
get like a bumper, not a sticker, but is
you
there
can even
something
put it on
that,
your license plate frame. It's so easy. Just brand yourself. Everything I do is branded to me.
Ben, I know you're just my podcast producer, but why the hell aren't you branding me out in the real
That's
world
right,
too?
Ben. You're in
Put
trouble,
on
Ben.
a new hat, Ben.
Well, again, it's being confident and being, not worried about people judging me. I can't get away with anything. My car is so obvious. It's fun though when ballet pulls it up. I'm like, oh, that's not my car. It's their little faces. Is always.
Get your pictures on
It's
the
like
side.
literally
That-
life size.
Which car is here?
The 500 SL, the baby car.
Okay, so you have
My
a
little
Mercedes
convertible
and an Escalade.
with eyelashes, red eyelashes. The Escalade has purple eyelashes, and the Harley has purple eyelashes. And purple is now my brand for my. Look at everything's
purple's
purple.
a very
Well, look.
strong color.
Purple.
Why is that your color?
Royalty, baby. I'm the queen.
But, also has a very
Wait, queen.
huge.
How's my crown?
It's a good girl.
good.
It's good. Purple is also a huge spiritual color. And there, you see my degree
there
when
you
I got
go.
my master's.
I see it.
Everything
Purple.
they have is purple.
You see,
It's the energy, the whole energy. I haven't really read about it, but this is kind of a
There,
powerful
amethyst.
crystal.
That's right. Purple. And look at your
Right.
face is purple.
Face is purple. Didn't even know
Purple.
that.
See, I know.
Oh
I
my
didn't know it either.
gosh.
Then all of a sudden, I look around and everything I had. My Harley was purple. My truck was purple.
These flowers a little bit.
There you go. Just for me. Thank you.
Oh my gosh,
It's
look
all about the love.
how the universe came and did set decorating for you
Yeah,
today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Doesn't go unnoticed.
So what would you say is your messiest, or not your messiest, just share with me like a particular event in your life that was messy and that you feel like you learned from it and now you're using it as a fuel for good?
Well, it seems like it's been the topic since I sat down.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I heard someone say that your mess becomes your message.
That's right.
I love that.
That's
that makes
right.
total sense to me. That resonated with me, and it makes sense. And if you hear the different stories from like yourself, you're a big story speaker, and how you've overcome it and use it for good. I think the discrimination thing that I suffered in the fire department. You want me to talk about that?
So what I don't want to do is have a general. I want a specific
Let's get
instance.
specific.
Yeah, where you felt something and how you overcame it and now how it fuels you. So in the fire department, I would love
lost
to hear.
my entire career because of gender discrimination, and actually it was a twofold: sexual orientation. I was with a woman at the time, and the fire department used that against me right before an oral interview, and it went around the entire department about me before I sat down and went for my promotional interview. And it was absolutely insane. It was devastating. And I had no idea that that had happened because a week before I had done it's called a mock oral on video camera and with all the questions. And it was a training because I was already on the department. And in hindsight, though, this is kind of a little tidbit, is that the camera was my camera. So I had the tape. It was VHS. I date myself now. But I had the footage of me against the other reserves going for the job, which all came out later because it ended up being a giant lawsuit. And I will tell you, it was devastating because I had to sit through 35.
So I'm not clear what happened.
Well, in an oral interview, you get scored and they take like the top
and you were already a fireman?
I was already there. That was this was for my promotional exam.
Okay, so you were getting promoted, and then this
for full time within the city I lived in.
Oh, okay.
To be on the department full time, I was reserved. So
which you worked your ass off to get there.
Big time. Yeah, I had to go through a school, academy. Like it was. Yeah. It's part of my story.
And someone finds out you're dating a woman, spreads it, and that's a bad thing.
Right? Especially the town. I guess, I mean, people can figure it out, but where I lived, it was a very high profile city and predominantly was gay at the time. And it was just a good old boy club. And it went around and they gave me a 65 on an oral interview, which is like not even knowing your name. It's so ridiculous. But then the week before, I came out number 1 out of 11 reserves. Absolutely ridiculous. And I had the tape.
Yeah.
So my training captain at the time was like, she went to the chief and she's like, this is ridiculous. This is impossible. Blah, blah, blah. And he took a look at it. And what had happened is if I would have got on the chief's list, he could have hired me, which he wanted to do. He was like almost like a father figure to me at the time because I was his superstar. I was number 1 in every class that I took against the entire college.
In front of all the men.
I beat everybody in everything.
Wow.
Which was very intimidating, which to me, it was actually my downfall because I was such a threat to the guys on the department that I was going to be their captain someday and they would have to report to me. They didn't like that. These guys were mainly waiting to retire out. So they were off, out of shape, overweight, like, and here comes this. And I wasn't young. I didn't start until I was 30, 32, something like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to become this firefighter. And so I was late, but I was fit and pretty aggressive, if you will, and wanted to be number 1 in everything because you have to be as a female.
It's hell yes.
It's rough. And I wasn't as muscular as I am now. That came later. But the devastation and hearing these guys talk about how they didn't want a female on the department and it was a year and a half of grueling.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awful. But at the end of it, and how it made change and how I've helped people today that I'm proud of is that I made change across the nation about how women are interviewed. That what happened to me will never happen to another female coming through. They have to, videotape all the oral interviews. They have to have a female from human resources on the board, on the panel, through when you're answering the questions, and just all these things happen. And so even the attorneys are like, "You made change, young lady." It wasn't a big money thing. There was 3 of us. I wasn't alone in this. It was a class action suit, and I'm not a sue person, but the other 2 gals were suing, and I was brought into it.
Well, sued person is beneficial if you're making change to discrimination.
And that's why I did it.
If you're making change to anything that is unjust to another human being, you have to sue or else you're letting the next person be victimized.
It's correct. And that's what I was just saying, that I made change for any female. So, it's kind of like a silent hero, literally.
You're not so silent, though.
Well, not now. It's been years, so I'm talking about it more openly. But I didn't for a long time. I just let it go. And I was supposed to go on TV and magazines and all this stuff, right? Media to
all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, that stuff. But my turn is like, you know what? You've been through enough. You made change. Be proud of yourself and just let it go and get on with your life. Because it was
a few years.
A year and a half of just depositions. I was the lead case, and it was brutal. I will admit that. But again, it made me stronger. And
you look a little bit like Barbara Eden.
You know what? That's funny.
I'm like, wait a second. I just saw Barbara Eden. Do you get that?
I do. I have gotten that.
Oh my gosh, so much from your profile.
Really?
Yeah.
Staring at me.
All of a sudden, I was like, who does she remind me
Make
of?
your wish. You just want me to make your wishes come true.
Make them come true.
I will, baby.
What are they?
Mindset. Manifest. Make the magic happen. So yeah, so that, it was devastating at the time, but in hindsight, they did me a favor because then I moved on and pushed through, and I didn't let it stop me,
Yeah.
crush me like it could have.
Yeah.
If I didn't use it to, again, fuel me and just
Force for good
and
to
just
keep
change.
going.
And
Yeah.
I made another transformation. I mean, that's why I relate to Madonna so much, and because she just transforms all the time. And
Yeah.
so I've transformed so many things in my life. Again, a lot of the stories are in the book because when one thing doesn't work or it burns itself out or whatever it is, I just like, okay, time for a change. The universe is telling me now you do something different so you can impact more lives through you. I mean, I just know I'm a huge role model, not just in fitness, but in life through these different things that I've experienced. And that was just one little thing, but it's a big one because I gave up my friends, my family. Like I was so focused because you had to. That's what it took because it was very paramilitary.
It was like full-time job.
Full-time. Like I went to the academy full-time, and it was difficult to pass agility at the time, especially as a woman. I was like the 8th one ever to go through that academy, ever in 100 academies. I was in the 100th academy, which was a big deal. They came out with the news channels and all that came out and filmed that a female was going through, and all this publicity came out of it because it was rough.
Yeah.
And it was really rough. But that, again, it made me stronger, not only mentally, but physically as well, that I can do anything.
Yeah.
Keep up with the boys. I was in the academy with, 18 to 22-year-old boys. And I was 32, I think 32, 33. I have to look that back up. Going through the same thing, you know? And my goal every day was not to get injured. That was literally I just went day by day by day. It was 3.5 months full time. It was like being in the army or something. It was very military. I cut off all my hair. It was like when G.I. Jane came out. I was a total G.I. Jane. In fact, the chief of the academy wouldn't let me I was going to go bald because all the guys went bald, literally completely bald. We had a shaving party before we started to connect with everybody. And they're like, no, we want to make it apparent that you're a woman. I'm like the boobs weren't enough, right? So I had that little bit of hair, but it was crazy. It was taught me very, structured, very disciplined.
Yeah.
And you have to really bog down. But I look at how different my life would have been if I stayed on that journey. And it just was never my path.
Yeah.
I've been told that by many spiritual people that you were never meant to be a firefighter in any town.
You just went to mix it up there.
To learn from it now, to use it to today to get and inspire other people.
Confirmation what you're capable of.
To push through. And I've done so many things just since then.
Well, wait, I want to ask a question because you talked about being with a woman at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with a woman now? Are you dating anyone?
No.
Do you date men sometimes?
I'm looking for a man now.
You are?
So yeah, if there's a guy who can handle me.
Lauren's looking for a man.
Exactly.
There's a lot of strong men out there who are strong and know who they are and sexy. Who could handle you? We're calling all of you fellas.
That's right. Confidence. Everything's I want to be with a bodybuilder. I do not want to be with a bodybuilding man.
No.
The mirror's only big enough for one of us.
Yes. You're going to be in front of the mirror. But you want someone who knows who he is.
Yes. And that supports who I am and not be intimidated. I don't know why people are so intimidated by me. I'm just as nice as can be, but it's just, I'm very independent and I've done so many things.
But you're also bold and out there and
I am.
And shake hands like that. And you know what I mean? Like you carry yourself strong and powerful and you're strong
I am.
and powerful. So yeah.
But from the inside out, there's a difference. And I think you recognize that right away.
Yeah.
So that's.
No, I'm just trying to think of what you're saying. Why people would think that. Like
out of their own fears. You said it earlier.
Because I saw you and I was just like, get over here.
Right. And you're my next.
I just loved you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. Anything else than that is, I think it's all from insecurity or from fear.
Fear. It is.
And if I didn't know who I was and you seemed
all
big and bold and like that.
Especially ask me where my balls are.
Where the fuck is your nutsack?
You have more balls to ask me than I do.
Because I was just comfortable with who you were, who I was told you were.
That's hilarious.
And then you weren't. And I was like, well, that sure sucked.
But it got us closer right away. And here I am today.
Yes.
We're talking about it
You'd
openly.
You'd be here anyway.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, and I would have told you, that's the thing. That's my whole message again, is just to be authentic to who you are. And because people really don't care. They're so caught up in their own lives, and their own worlds.
That's so true.
It's true.
I used to get really drunk.
Awesome.
Used to.
Yeah.
No, but when I would get really drunk and I'd wake up in the morning and be like, oh my gosh,
What did I
Who
do?
do I have to apologize to? Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I did that. And the reality is they're thinking the same thing about themselves.
Yeah, no, but nobody
They were
cares.
partying at the party too. Yeah, but
we
we're
get hung
so
up on people's opinions.
we're so hard
of
on
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah. And that's human nature. But once you realize
that
it
is how
doesn't
we are
matter,
designed to be. Yeah.
it's freeing. To me, it's very
It's
freeing.
so
When you don't care what
freeing.
other people think of you.
It's so freeing.
Right?
Like-
Freedom, baby.
Like
Like, we can
literally.
care less. All these people, whatever, watching, it's like,
Like,
if you don't like
literally.
us, turn it off. Who cares? Go away.
But
Go
also the freedom to dance down the aisles in the supermarket and sing when I hear a song I like, or the
Yeah.
freedom to touch everyone in an elevator, or the freedom to sing
just be
out,
expressive.
to do whatever I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't hear music without dancing.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
can't, but I don't think it's music. I'm going to dance. I'm just
It goes hand in
instantly
hand for
in
you.
the beat of it.
And that's awesome.
But then, I have these children
people
who are
look at you.
semi-normal
They
who
go,
are like,
Mom.
can you just be a mom? That's what they tell me.
Aw.
They say I'm kind of a mom,
Kind of.
which I take as
You're
a
pretty hip,
compliment.
Mom.
I take as a compliment.
Yeah, you should. Why
They're like,
not?
you're not doing things like moms should do. Like you're not doing things right. Like what? Like what, dear?
Who wrote the rules?
And then they said, well, when Eve just fell, you just sat there and smiled at her. And I said, I was letting her have her own
For a
experience.
moment.
I didn't have to throw, are you okay? If that wasn't needed, there was no blood. She's not bones are broken. She saw me see her. But
And it was good.
and then Eve was like, you don't care. And I go, Eve, what would you need from me right now to let you know that I care about you when you fall? She was, get an ice pack. And I go, then I will get an ice pack. And thank you for telling me that.
Perfect.
If that equates for you that I love you and I'm here for you, I'll pick up the
Yeah,
ice
do
pack.
it. Yeah.
But
that's
really,
cute.
I'm here for you. And I'm
Aw.
allowing my kids to have their own experiences and figure out who they are on
That's
their own
huge. That's huge.
as I witness and guide.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's all you're supposed
I
to
mean,
do.
I did it the opposite with my first one and it didn't go so well. I was like trying to fix everything and make everything better and tweak this in different schools. And really, he just needed to be left alone to find out who he was on his own.
Interesting.
And I kind of messed up the process of that for him by over parenting.
Hmm.
And then I was like, what a disservice that was. Although my intentions,
So you had 17 more
so I had 16 more,
to fix it.
2 I talked to.
Okay. So funny.
Do you have kids?
No, I'm the kid.
How
still.
long has been your longest lover?
I get bored pretty quick. That's probably why I'm single. I'm just saying.
You're like, tackle.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I don't know. I'm just now, I feel like grown up enough.
Will you
You
pass
like
me
that?
that picture? Let me see that.
Very subtle.
What does it say on it? Oh, this is just, it shows your website.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this?
This is muscle and actress diva, something like that.
Is that a snake around you or chains?
It's a whip, baby.
Oh, girl. And is that like a dog collar? Or,
No,
or a
let me
S&M collar?
no, it's a bow tie. It's a tuxedo.
I guess I should put my readers on when
Yeah,
I'm looking at a
right?
GD postcard.
See how you make up shit.
Wow, you got
You see what you wanna see. I see how
around your
you are.
leg.
You're so.
Um,
That's one of my signature pieces. It's
Wow,
kind of like glamour,
man.
sexy, fetish,
S&M. Yeah,
dominatrix looking with
that's
a whip.
beautiful.
Yeah, I like it.
That's so artsy. Who
Yeah.
took that?
That was a photographer in Atlanta.
Oh,
just
I
throw that anywhere.
every time I have.
Throw my bio on the floor. Throw
I just throw things
That's
away.
Just do whatever you want.
I
It's
forgot.
your show. Do what you want. I'm good.
I thought that was something that was
That's
mine.
perfect.
I forgot it was yours. Yeah.
Put that anywhere. You're good.
So how are you doing now? What's going on now?
Right. What's going on now?
Are you loving anyone?
Quite a lot. Am I
Do you have a
loving
lover?
anyone? No, not right now.
Oh, that's right. We already said that.
Yes.
She's looking for a man, Ben.
That's
You up
right.
for it?
Ben.
Oh, I forgot that you're engaged.
Yeah, he's off the market.
He's off the market.
That's okay.
I think he could handle you though.
He's laughing. That's awesome. So I'm just pretty busy. I just got back from India, where I spoke on the World Women Economic Forum.
Why didn't you freaking take me?
Well, because I'm telling you about it now. We're going to go again next year for when it's in Cairo. It's Dr. Harbeen is an amazing woman. She's like my idol and my role model now. She's just incredible. She puts on events all over the world for Women Economic Forum, and she awards women of excellence in different categories. Like you mentioned in my bio that I got one, not this last year, but the year before. And then this year, my second year, I got to go with Team USA and
Team USA what?
women from the USA. We all met there in India.
But when I hear Team USA, I think of the Olympics.
No, it's women that are women speakers
Oh.
that make change in the world.
Why? Gosh,
You've
damn
got
it.
to come. It's
Girl,
a
you got to
huge
hook
thing.
me up.
Yeah, I can do
I have
that.
to get out of my podcast area.
Get out of your guest house. Get out of your chair.
I got to get out
Let's
of my chair.
Get on the plane. It took me 30 hours to get home, though. That wasn't a thrill.
You went to Bali?
No, New Delhi, India.
Oh, India.
And I was home for not even a week.
Wait, how was India? I haven't been.
Yeah, I went to Mumbai after I was at the conference. The conference is 6 days long, and there was like 800 speakers there.
Holy Toledo.
And she awards many of them on a big award ceremony all day long in the big, huge ballroom. It's amazing. It's a really amazing experience. Yes.
Can you have cocktails while you sit?
Oh, does she have cocktails? There's food. There's Indian food every day. It was so good.
I love that.
I did too.
I was just wondering. Like, if I wasn't going to speak, I want to be watching it like I was watching a movie, like
you are
having cocktails, eating popcorn, or Indian food.
She had little shakers that you can, instead of clapping your hands, you shake the thing. It was really cute.
Oh, it's cute.
It's a big deal. It's really big.
Yeah,
and she's pushing for
like
1 million members. It's free to be a member. So Women Economic Forum. It's amazing. Next year it's in Cairo, as I mentioned. There's another one coming up in London. So you can go speak at any of these events.
Well, we need to talk about that after this.
I know. I'll hook you up.
Because I would like that a lot.
You would do well
That
there.
would be a happy place for me.
You would be embraced with your message and just inspiring other women. And it's all about helping the world. And these women are amazing. Believe me, I've sat there for 6 days and listened for 10-hour days, listening to speaker after speaker after speaker. And when I got to get, I didn't really speak on the main stage, but I had given awards to women of excellence on my stage here. I had, I think, 11 recipients, and they couldn't come to India with me. So we did a film, kind of like the Oscars.
Oh,
so she played it on the big screens, and I was the only one that got to do something like this. And she told me, because my heart is so pure and gold, that I have the magic key.
What?
Yeah, to get whatever I want. And so she allowed me to do the big screen, because it wasn't part of the program. Because she's like, Lauren, if I do something special for you, everyone here is going to ask me. But she said it on the cameras, and it was like,
are you getting teary-eyed?
Yeah, it's very emotional
because
for me.
It's so beautiful how much she sees you, and how much she sees your gifts and your power and your openness to help.
There she is. Look.
I'm going to put my readers on for this one.
Yes.
And I'm not going to try not to throw the book over there after I look at it.
Do me a favor. Yeah, she's like my idol right here. So we're wearing Indian garb. You have to come. It's a big deal.
Oh.
So we were saris. And I was
my gosh.
Purple sari.
That's you on the right?
Yeah.
You really look like I Dream of Jeannie there.
Right, with the long hair.
With the outfit. With the glittery outfit. Oh my gosh, she looks like a young person.
She's brilliant. She's amazing. She's so giving and kind.
What were you doing with Seth Rogen?
I was in his movie, The Interview.
I'm just going to leave my podcast now and start reading the book.
Do you read the book? I'll go ahead and enjoy the book. I'll take it from here. I just was on Claws. That was fun. A TNT show.
Oh, neat.
With Niecy Nash and the crew. I spent a week out there. That was a pretty good gig. I was a principal in that.
How fun.
Lines and speaking. I had my own trailer. And
isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's nice for a change to be treated really, really nice.
I got a speaking role on my husband's show when he was on Superior Donuts. And I almost felt embarrassed because I'm not like a big actress.
Right.
And I felt like when I sat down.
Wait, are you SAG?
Yeah, now I know.
That story.
I am. But when I sat down in the makeup person's chair, she was like, "Oh, I'm so excited I get to do your makeup. I just love you and I love your energy and I've so enjoyed getting to know you. I just can't believe you're in my chair." And I was like, I was going to apologize for being in her chair. Like we have those small thoughts, right? But she said that and I was like, oh, own yourself, Leigh.
Yeah.
Own yourself. Don't play small.
Oh, I love the makeup people.
Yeah,
Hair and makeup have always become my friends.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be in your chair. And then we had a great thing. Yeah. And then next to her was Katie Seagal's private hair gal, or maybe it's the other way around. I did that hair guy first and then that private, Katie Seagal's private makeup girl.
Yeah, they usually have their own.
And she said to me, I asked if I could do your makeup.
Oh,
And I'm like, because it's so easy to go down to your insecure place, where you
gotta
feel
own it, girl.
not quite worthy. And I was like this, like,
Hair and makeup people rock.
oh, they're so awesome.
They're the most fun too to hang out with because there's so much time in between, takes and all that. I mean, I was a week with these people and I had a blast.
It was a blast.
A blast. Hair and makeup. I was never in my own trailer. I was boring. It was.
Oh, their hair and makeup are fun. It's
so
like going to
fun.
your hairdresser.
Yeah, so much fun. And they do this all day long. And they love the new blood because, they get bored too. They're the same thing. So, yeah, that was cool. That just aired. And then I did a little thing on Lucifer. I was on Legion. I was on 911. Did a lot of cameos recently, seems like.
Ben, how are we on time? Because I'm not getting any things from you.
Fun stuff.
We have 10 minutes to go.
I'm just
10
checking.
minutes.
Oh,
Still,
good.
We can go on forever.
Because I was just I don't know. I just find you so interesting. And
that's why I wrote a book. And that book went number 1 in 98 categories. This is my bragging rights. In 11 countries so far. Wow. So I guess it's worth the read, people. So that would be my gift to your audience is if they go to beneaththemuscle.com, they can download a free download. And if they go further, I can ship them an autographed copy, which is really nice of me.
Fantastic. So we'll put on this episode when it airs, we'll put a link to how they can do that.
Yeah, beneaththemuscle.com. It's pretty simple. It's the title of the book. And it's on Amazon as well. It's there's a free Kindle. And they can, they can buy the book as well. But if they go directly to the link, they get it.
Is it on Audible?
That's funny you asked, and I just finished that.
Because that's how I read books.
It's coming out. It's my publisher called yesterday, and it's almost done.
So that makes me happy because then I can just put
it
in when I'm driving.
Then if you have any misconceptions again, you'll know.
I can text you. I finally got to page 3.
I heard your book. Yeah, so it will be available on the Audible. So I'm excited about that. That was a nightmare. I'll just tell you that was.
How long did it take you to read that book?
That was rough.
To write that book.
That is a process of the last. I've had friends telling me for years that I need to write books of all my stories.
I've heard that 10 years, and I
a good decade.
Cracked it a couple times, but I haven't started.
It's not easy. I had a publisher work with me, and they helped me.
How'd you get the publisher?
Write it. It was a referral from a friend of mine.
Oh,
and
nice.
Her book is also number 1. I can tell you about that stuff later because helps.
Gosh, dang it. You guys, you know what I love so much is that I met Lauren just
a wealth of knowledge
at this event. But what's so neat about women who know who they are is there is no competition.
No.
There is no, I'm holding my information from you because you don't sort of have it, or I don't want you to excel. There's just this openness. And when we support each other like that,
you have to lift each other up.
We lift each other up. And we all benefit from it.
It's called women's empowerment. Hello.
Well, it's more than that.
But we're supposed to lift each other up. It's women get so competitive. I can't stand it.
It's like there's nothing catty about it. And you're just like, I'm like, wow, that's something I really want to do. You go, then I'll hook you up.
I got you in a lot of things.
It's just so beautiful. I want to really acknowledge you for that because it doesn't happen a lot in this town.
No, it does not.
And sometimes I have really good friends who I know who have like things like maybe I could ask them, but I get nervous to ask them because they've always kind of like that. Yeah. And I'm just
can't be greedy, especially in this industry. You have to, I think the more you give, the more you get.
Well, that's just in life in general.
Universal law, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people miss that
and
in school.
Like, I gave love to you there. You gave love back. We connected.
And here we are.
Yeah. And we're
only the beginning.
We're going to continue to do stuff together.
Of course.
And
I'm speaking at your event.
I'm going to share and help you out. Shit. I'm going to share. I'm not sure though.
Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid at all.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm not afraid at all.
You need to come to my event. August 31st is my series of the health and wealth, integrated health and wealth system. Because without your health, what is wealth? So Laura Leigh comes
August 31st.
And speaks on wealth, and we do a panel and do all this exciting stuff. We have vendors. We have a full-on expo. We'll have tons of vendors outside. So if anybody wants to be a vendor that has a health product, a health product or a health service, they can speak on my panel, bring their table and do sales all day. It's a one-day event, August 31st in Huntington Beach at the event center. I'm going to have an outdoor expo and then indoor speaking on stage with the Gravitrons and all that. It's an amazing center. I love it.
Fantastic. So we'll have info for this too. We'll have a link for that. Sign up too.
Yep. And then if they're fitness people, I have my competition that you mentioned that I own as well. The Powers Fitness events. That'll be a world qualifier October 12th in Huntington Beach to get folks to compete and get qualified to go down to Puerto Vallarta for the World Championships in November.
Oh my gosh, do they need an MC for that?
I got to get you in the bikini, get you on stage.
I like to wear bikinis, and I've been working out.
Look at you. You should do it. I have a novice category. I have...
I'm just scared my C-section scar is going to pop out of my...
They tan it. See, like the spray tan, this is what
did we talk about this on the podcast, why you're so tan
Why
right
I'm
now?
so tan.
We did before on Facebook.
Well, it's for an audition. They wanted to be the tan, like the something about Mary Lady.
Yeah, this something about Mary Lady really tan.
It's for a national commercial, so
she got spray
Pray
tan.
I get it.
Pray she gets it.
If not, I have a great tan.
Yeah,
it's all good, and I got to be here in town.
Yes, I'm so happy.
It all works out. The universe, if you just allow it, I think when you have freedom and you have that inner confidence, and you're just assured,
good shit comes to you.
Yeah, and you're authentic about yourself.
Yeah,
and you just are open, like you are very open to what life brings you, and just follow your journey, and things become so much easier. Positive things come your way. You just let things happen.
It's really magical.
That's freedom.
It's magical.
And that's success.
Wait,
to
can
me.
I tell really quick? When I walked, my daughter had a chiropractor appointment.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful what you said. I love that, by the way.
Thank you.
She had a chiropractor appointment. She spent the night out. I said, your appointment's in an hour. She's like, I'm far away. I can't get home in time. I was like, instead of yelling at her and chewing her ass, I said, I'll go do the appointment because I'll get my neck cracked or whatever.
There you go.
So I went in.
You benefited.
Got my neck cracked. And then he and I spoke for like 20 minutes after Dr. Ron and I, just about marriage and divorce and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just sharing some stories with me. And I really got to know him in a beautiful way, besides just cracking my neck.
Right.
And then I walked out of the store and I looked to my right and there was a crystal and gem store I'd never seen. So I go into that and I looked at the stuff and I was like, I wouldn't buy any of this. Like, none of this is my type.
It resonated with you.
And I said, but I know I'm in here for a reason. So I just looked at the lady. I said, how are you doing today? She said, great. And got up. And then we ended up having a 30-minute conversation. And all of these things were coming up for me to share with her.
Perfect stranger, right?
Yeah. And she was like this, like, your love is so pure. I can't believe you came in and helped me. And she goes, I'm going to follow your podcast. And I was like, bye.
I'll say hi to her now.
Bye. And then I walked out of there and I looked right here. There's a man massaging a woman's shoulders. She's facing out and he's kind of facing this way. She's facing him. And he's like, just feel my energy. Just relax and feel my energy. And then I looked at him and I mouthed, I'm next. And just to this guy. And then I giggle and I walk to my car. I go to get my car. That girl comes. I go, hey, who is that guy? And she said, he is a shaman masseuse. And I said,
nice.
I want that.
Yes.
And she goes, well, here's his number. I'll let him know you're going to call. What's your name? And I go, Leigh. But I was already calling the guy. I'd already pushed call. So I back my car up and I pull up and he's standing right down there, like
waiting for me. Yeah.
But really, he's going to wait for someone's going to swing by and get him. But he was waiting for me at that moment. You know, just a universal.
Yes.
And I rolled down my window and he came up and I said, I just called you. I want a shaman masseuse. And he goes, well, who are you? And I said, I'm Leigh. And he goes, I would love to give you a massage. And he goes, what do you do? And I said, I'm a spiritual teacher. And he goes, oh my gosh, we should talk.
There you go.
Because I do. But all of it was magical.
Because your daughter.
I would have been sitting at my computer doing what thought I was going to be doing. You got to get
out once in a while. Good things happen.
No, I get out a lot.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it is just being open and knowing magic will come to you when you are in your loving.
That's right.
And doing what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
It flows.
Isn't
you don't have to try anymore hard.
Yes.
Or work hard.
It's just a let go, freedom, spiritual. And to me, that's success. Just waking up every day.
I'm just touching your sweet spiritual hand.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you were here today. I'm so tickled pink it worked out that I had a cancellation last night and you reached out last night.
Yeah. What made me do that?
You said, I wish you had one tomorrow because I'm going to be here. I'm like, I just got an opening.
How crazy
and
is that?
I never have done one on a Tuesday.
What? And see?
Isn't that a trip?
The universe.
Thank
speaking.
you,
Yay, we love you.
All right, I want to give you a hug.
You can do that. Okay. It's free today.
Do I have to ask?
It's free today.
Can I have a hug?
You can have whatever you want. You just have to ask. Yeah, right?
Darling, wait. Will you show your... That heart-to-heart business is good, except it's the opposite side I normally hug.
Well, that's because we protect our hearts. You notice that most people go in like that.
I think it's a right-handed thing.
I always say, well, I don't know. There's a whole thing behind it, but heart to
Okay,
heart.
will you pull up your shirt?
You're so funny.
Look at that. Well, I didn't know that there could actually be 6-packs.
There can. I don't drink a 6-pack. I wear one.
I drink one.
There you go.
Thank you, darling.
You're so awesome. Bye, everyone.
Bye.